What up, everyone? Egg with eyebrows here. No, I'm just kidding. What up, everyone? Michael Lawrence here. I wanted to make this video, and I've been meaning to make this video, and this is going to be a bit of a departure from the videos that I have been making, but I have made videos like this in the past, so it's not completely foreign to what I've done or been doing. If you've watched some of my past videos, you know that I recently started back up at the gym after 3 months of not being able to go to the gym because of my knee. And with that, I have had a bit of, I don't want to say epiphanies, but maybe some more realizations about my body and my body image. With weight loss comes a lot of unearthing of old or recent or a bunch of just different body image issues, I guess. It's stuff that I've had in me, and many of you have even in the comments talked about, or I don't want to say called me out, but have talked about how I refer to myself as like fat or big, which I feel like I am, and you say that I'm not. And I know that that is all from an inside place of mine. It's not something that other people put on me, but it's just how I feel about my body. Before I get into like everything that I want to talk about, I want to talk about my most recent updates with my weight loss. So 3 weeks ago, I started back up at the gym. I've loved the gym so far. I don't know what it is this time about the gym, but I love going. I go an hour and a half every time I go. The first week I went 3 days just to see what it was like, and every week since then I've gone 5 days. So I just go Monday through Friday, an hour and a half. I do 15 minutes on the elliptical, 30 to 40 minutes of weightlifting, and then I'll do like another 20 to 25 minutes of more cardio. It just all depends on how I'm feeling that day, if I'm more tired, more sore, if I'm over it, if I'm in it. It just all depends on how I feel, and I'm not going to make myself do something I don't want to do, and I'm not going to like overexert myself to an extent because I don't want to hurt myself again. So that has been the most recent change in my life right now when it comes to my weight loss. My diet has always been the same, and my diet's been genuinely pretty good, so I don't have that much going on. I went and I weighed last week at my doctor's office. I know some people weigh every day, some people weigh every week, some people weigh every month. I weigh every 6 weeks. I have an appointment with my doctor every 6 weeks. It's easier for me to just go there and weigh on his giant, expensive, elaborate biometrics machine that does everything for me, and they keep track of everything and they do all my measurements. It's way easier that way. I don't have to worry about it. Someone else worries about it. Someone else keeps a log of it. That's what I pay them for. That's how I feel about it. So I weighed in the 6 weeks since I last weighed. I only lost 15 pounds, which was kind of surprising to me, just because this is my 7th anniversary, I guess, from my surgery in December, and I had been losing a lot. I had been losing like almost a pound a day for like a couple of months there, and it always falls off. That's how that goes. But the one thing that did surprise me is they did my measurements, and I had been losing inches from like everywhere on my body, from my chest, my stomach, my waist, my thighs, my arms. I lost 4.3% body fat in 6 weeks, and I was like, holy shit, like this is working. And I see it working. When I look in the mirror, I see changes happening, and I see my body readjusting, and it almost feels to me like I'm almost going through a second puberty, if that makes sense, because there are parts of my body that I'm just not recognizing. And I'm going to talk about like kind of the negatives first, and then I'm going to end it with positives, so that way it's not all bad or it's not all good, or we end on a good note. And hopefully you guys can relate to this, and hopefully you guys may have some insights from me as well while I talk about this. I hope that this video isn't super rambly, and I hope that it's coherent and intelligible, and it's not like a cacophony of nothingness. I hope that what I'm putting down you're picking up, if that makes sense. So some of the negatives that I've been experiencing is, I don't want to say I'm a never nude, but in my life I've rarely walked around my house or stuff like that naked. It's just not my persona. It's not. I'm very I'm insecure about a lot of things, but also I'm an introvert mostly in life. I'm not a super extrovert. I am funny. I can do and say funny things, but I get my energy from being alone. Grew up an only child, so I don't get energy from other people. I get energy from being by myself, if that makes sense. So, and I feel like that, I don't know, maybe this is just a me thing, but like part of my introvertness is I don't like to be naked, even around myself. I feel uncomfortable. And I know that that's a me thing, right? That's not an everyone thing, it's just a me thing. So in the past week and a half, 2 weeks where I live, it's been like 105 degrees with like 70% humidity, which is super abnormal. I live in the desert, it's usually a dry heat. But with that, the air conditioner can only do so much, and at night it's hot. So I've been sleeping without a shirt on, which is super, I don't know, I just don't like it. I feel everything spills out and everything isn't like where it's supposed to be. Things aren't being held in place, and it makes me feel more vulnerable. So I usually sleep with like a shirt on and my boxer briefs on, like that's my outfit or whatever. And even when I would get out of the shower and stuff like that, I would dry off and instantly I would put my boxers on, my boxer briefs on, deodorant, and put a shirt on. And then do whatever else I'm gonna do my other stuff to get ready. So it's not that I'm a never nude, it's just that I didn't like seeing myself in the mirror naked. Now, before, when I would see myself in the mirror, I recognized myself. At my highest weight, I recognized myself. Along the way, I recognized myself. I don't know what it is this time about losing this weight quickly. I don't know if it's the gym and my body is changing a little bit more, because I have noticed just in these 3 weeks that the shapes that my body is making they're foreign to me, like the way that my body structure is coming out. I don't recognize myself when I look in the mirror. I know that that's like a really weird thing to think about. Maybe you guys can have some insight or relate to this, but sometimes I look in the mirror and I don't recognize myself. And it's jarring. I don't want to say it freaks me out. I don't want to say I hate it, but it's jarring. It's like very, like I have to like do a double take sometimes. And I know it's just my body is changing and the muscles are forming, because before I didn't have much muscle mass. I didn't work out really. It was like I had like a malnourished muscle frame and I had just like a bunch of fat around it. I didn't have muscles. I'm starting to build my chest muscles, my biceps, my triceps, my back, my glutes, my everything I'm starting to build, and it's changing the way my body looks. And it's very weird for me. It's like this weird, it's like I'm looking at, it's like the invasion of the body snatchers or something. It's like I don't recognize what I see, and I think that that's just gonna take some time of me really seeing myself every day and learning what my body looks like again and how I want to look, and I don't know, it's something I need to talk to my therapist about. I've been putting it off because I've had so many other things going on in my life that's more pressing, that worrying about my body image wasn't such a priority. But it's recently, in the past week and a half, 2 weeks, where it's really starting to like fuck with my psyche a little bit. And a part of weight loss is the physicality of it, the emotional part aspect, and the psychology part of it. And for the most part, I've been okay with like readjusting my diet and stuff like that. The physical, going to the gym. I love going to the gym. Okay, that's a lie. I don't love going to the gym. I like how I feel after I go to the gym. Getting there is hard. I have a friend, we text a picture of ourselves post-gym selfie every day, and that kind of motivates us and it keeps us on track. But I do like going again, and when I don't go, I feel icky. But and emotionally, I'm pretty okay. I'm busy, and I have my family, and I have my friends, and I have the support, and I feel love, and I give love, and I'm not, that part doesn't bother me so much. But psychologically is the part that I've been having the most issues with, and I talk to my therapist about the most, just with the stress of school, work, family. And then on top of that, the changing of my body and the changing of how I do my routine, that has been my biggest thing. And my body image has recently become the top of that list. So I don't know, it's just something that I've been wondering or dealing with, and I was just wondering what other people thought. And I know that this is a very big departure from what I normally do on this channel, but I do see a lot of you talk about how you're motivated to lose weight, and I motivate you to lose weight, which I find I love, and I just want you to know that that is reciprocated 100%. you guys motivate me every day too. So I just want to put that out there. But I also want to talk about some of the positives of like losing weight. Now, in my thumbnail, I'm going to use a gym selfie that I took actually today. And that shirt didn't used to fit me. Like, and that shirt used to be so tight, and I'm very self-conscious about my chest. I've always had tattoos as a man, even in high school and stuff. I'm smaller now than I am in high school, which is also very shocking and surprising. But I've always had man boobs. And it's something that's always been a part of me that I wish I didn't have. And I always tell people, like, when I can get skin surgery, those motherfuckers are the first things that are going to get cut off. I don't even care if I don't have nipples. Okay, I just want these fucking gone. But as I lose weight, these are starting to shrink a lot more. They're starting to move to the sides a little bit more. And I'm okay with that. It's very weird. It makes me think of that, like, old... that song, like, do your boobs hang low, do they wobble to it? You know that song? Like, it makes me think of that. But you know what? The smaller they get, the closer I feel I am to skin removal surgery. So, I don't know. That's just... I'm okay with that. Another thing that happened, in fact, the other day I was in a yoga class, and because I'm working on my balance. I have really bad balance for like a tall person. If you ask people, my friends and stuff, I stumble a lot. I don't fall because it's a long way for me to fucking fall. So I really am like, I will do the craziest shit to not fall. But I do stumble and I lose my balance a lot. So I've been doing yoga classes like once a week just to work on that balance and work on that core. And the thing that I've noticed is like, there's the smallest things that you don't realize when you're a bigger person that like you didn't know you could do or you can't do. And this like tripped me out, but getting off of my ass while being on the ground without having to use my hands. Like that, like I was like, whoa, did I just like get up off my knees or out of Indian style, like, or crisscross applesauce? I know that Indian style is like not the PC term to use anymore. Getting up out of crisscross applesauce without like having to use my hands. Like I just fucking rose up. Like, whoa, like that's fucking crazy to me. Like at 560 pounds or whatever, like I would have never, it was hard to get up off the bed. So like, I could only, you know, like it's impressive and it impresses me. And I went and I ran in the gym today. I ran a mile. Instead of working on the elliptical, I ran a mile, and I just wanted to see how well I could do, and I ran a mile in 11 minutes. And I was like, holy shit, like I couldn't even run a mile in 11 minutes in high school. Like, so, you know, I played football and stuff too. I was big and slow, like that, you know, so I was a perfect lineman, but I couldn't run well. But as I'm losing weight and I'm working out every day, my endurance is there, my stamina's coming back. I'm reaching levels that I've never reached before. Clothes are fitting better, things look better on my body. I've come to the realization that I will probably never get out of a big and tall store. That is just my body type. But it's nice to not have 4 X's. You know, it's nice to have 2. Or it's nice for things to not fit so firmly around my chest that used to be so tight that I was too self-conscious to wear. So I'm having a lot of like realizations, and I'm having a lot of like recessions, but I'm also having a lot of progressions, and they kind of counteract each other and they balance each other out at the end of the day, which I think is important. I think it's important to like have some kind of baseline when it comes to stuff like that, and it keeps you in check and it keeps you moving forward and pushing forward and striving for more. And I just wanted to talk about this, and I wanted to see what you guys thought about this, and if I'm too hard on myself, not hard on myself, or if I'm just being a little bit ridiculous or not. Like, I want to know what you guys think, and I want to know if you find this at all helpful in any way. I mean, I'm not trying to be a resource in weight loss, but people ask me a lot on here about what I do and how I've made this work or whatever. I get some questions on Twitter too about it, and I want to open up a little bit more about it. By no means want to be a weight loss channel, but I will talk about things in my life that I think people can relate to, and my weight loss is one of those things. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But thank you so much for watching. If you like it, give us a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know what you think, subscribe, and until next time, toodles.